All right, in news just in, India won the toss and have elected to bat first. Nikhil, a very interesting decision, batting first. Your views on that?
I think it's a good decision because at the end of the day, Adelaide, a good batting track. You handle the first 5-7 overs of the new ball. You can look to post a decent enough total. In a high voltage game, your 280 could be 300 or a 310. And at the end of the day, Pakistan, apart from a couple of guys, they don't have the batsmen to probably, go out there and chase that kind of score. So at the end of the day, if you look at their strengths in their batting and bowling, I'd say their strength is in their bowling. So rather than getting them to defend with their strength, we're going to put some pressure on them chasing the target, which actually might help in a high voltage game. Don't forget, yesterday, the two teams batting first got more than 300 runs on board.
Perfect. All right, Boria Majumdar is still there in Adelaide. Boria, India won the toss and have decided to bat first. Interesting decision. Perhaps you could also get some fans' reactions on what they feel about India's decision.
Himanshu, I don't think it is an interesting decision. For me, it's a no-brainer. You win the toss against
All right, seems like we've lost Boria. But anyways, Nikhil, considering India's got a strong batting lineup, don't you think it would have been better if they'd chosen to bowl first and bat later?
Well, I guess, a little bit of wear and tear. And at the end of the day, even if Pakistan had got 270, 280, under pressure, sometimes, runs on board, you need to go out there and get them. The case and scenario is completely different when you're playing any other international side and when you're playing Pakistan. I personally feel if the conditions are good, you want to make the best of them first up. I don't see the ball swing too much or trouble the Indian batsmen too much. These are good batting conditions. So you might as well put runs on board and put some pressure on the opposition. So that's why I think Mahendra Singh Dhoni has made a right choice. On the face of it, we haven't seen the track. I don't know the conditions. But on the face of it, I think it's a good decision.
All right, good to see Nikhil completely agreeing with MS Dhoni's decision. Harbhajan Singh is still with us. Harbhajan, India have got 3 spinners in their World Cup squad. Do you think spin could play a major role in this World Cup, especially in the first few matches, including the one today against Pakistan at Adelaide?
Adelaide is a wicket where you can play 2 spinners, and whenever we have played Test cricket over there or even the one day, we have always played with 2 spinners because it's a very much like Indian sort of track where you can play extra spinner. So I think spinner will come into play, especially at the Adelaide venue, but I don't know if the other venue will suit for spinners, but Adelaide is the kind of a wicket where spinners will come into play for sure.
And Bhaji, there's been a history of some great rivalry and contest between India and Pakistan, from the Javed Miandad incident to the banter between Amir Sohail and Venkatesh Prasad. Were you involved in any such on-field sledging incident?
Well, these things are bound to happen. When you're playing a high-pressure game, you don't really plan for things, but it just happens. I remember one of the incident. Me and Shoaib Akhtar, we were part of it in Sri Lanka. It was Asia Cup game, and we were chasing some 270 or 260 odd runs, and I was batting in the middle with Raina, and Raina was going really strong. We needed to build a partnership there, and I was batting with Raina, and I was facing my first or second ball. I happened to hit a 6 to Shoaib Akhtar, and he got really mad, that how come a bowler, like I'm not a batsman, but how can Bhaji hit me for a 6? And he got really mad, and he started swearing at me, and he said, I'll come to your room, I'll lift you, I'll do this, I'll do that. I said, whatever, you can do what you want. Let me just finish this game for India. And luckily I was there until the end, and I finished the game with another 6 to Amir, I think, and we won that game. It was a brilliant game. I enjoyed it. Of course, crowd enjoyed it, not just because it was India-Pakistan, because they got to see that whatever happened between me and Shoaib as well, but that's also part of the game. But I think lately things are very smooth now between India and Pakistan. Of course, on the field, off the field, a lot of things which keep on happening, on the border, but that is out of our control. But in the field, I think things are really smooth now in between India and Pakistan. I don't see any reason tomorrow, people getting involved in any kind of drama out there.
All right, we've now got Srisa Reddy, who's joining us from Chennai, who's got some fans with her as well. Srisa, how are the fans in Chennai gearing up for this big match?
Well, this is of course a big match for these fans, but they have been waiting for this match for a very long time. In fact, they are banking on Captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni to bring back yet another rabbit from his feathered cap, and they are not ready to give up. Though, yes, of course, there have been factors of the absence of their favorite players like Sachin Tendulkar, Sehwag. But let me just quickly ask you: so, how are you expecting this match to be?
As expected, India-Pakistan is always like the war. The rivalry has been there for so many years, and for the past 4-5 World Cups, and the encounters has been really good. So really expecting for what's going to happen today.
Right. So do you think the factors of Sachin's absence of Virendra Sehwag is actually going to affect the match? You're wearing a Team India jersey as well.
Yeah, like Sachin's and Sehwag's absence is like so damn. We will miss Sachin and Sehwag a lot. Like when they come to the field, like India-Pakistan match, Sachin Sehwag playing, it will be like awesome. Now we are going to miss them badly.
So how do you think the match is going to turn out, today?
Let's hope India wins though. We have a good batting lineup. I'm hoping, we'll do well. Of course, the bowling is not that great, but they do seem to choke every time we play against them in a World Cup. So I'm guessing, the pressure is on them and not us.
Right. So you hit a bunch of fans, though, yes, of course, there have been factors that they have been stating about, but for Indian fans, it's the heart that rules over the head. Back to you, Himanshu.
All right, thanks a lot, Srisa. Let's now talk to Boria Majumdar, who's a man in Adelaide. He's now back with us. Boria, very interestingly, Nikhil seems to be in complete agreement with MS Dhoni's decision of batting first after winning the toss. What are your views on it? You're the man on ground.
It's a no-brainer, Himanshu. There is absolutely no debate. You win the toss, you bat first. It's a big game, 300 on a batting deck, and it's 38, 39 degrees centigrade heat. So obviously whatever dampness Dhoni was talking about is gone. And the kind of atmosphere you see behind me, if you can see, I've asked Manish to show, that kind of pressure, you put a good score on the board. Pakistan, which has a fragile batting lineup, it's a complete no-brainer. India scores 300 plus, they will be in the driver's seat. And as I'm telling you, it's 38, 39 degrees heat. Obviously, there'll be a bit for the spinners with the lights on. There'll be no dew. There's no dew whatsoever, so there'll be no problem. I think it's a perfect decision to bat first.
All right. Let's now take a look at some of the teams. Let's now take a look at the two teams. In fact, Boria has also got some fans with him. Boria, how are the fans reacting to India's decision? In fact, now we've got the team here with us: Shikhar Dhawan, MS Dhoni, Rohit Sharma. Nikhil, your views on the Indian 11 this time?
Well, these are your certainties. It's good to see Shikhar Dhawan, getting back some form when he got that 59 in that practice game. Rohit Sharma has been outstanding. He's got that 100 to his name. It was unfortunate that he got injured, and he's coming back, which is a good sign. Suresh Raina will play a very key role in the last 10 to 12 overs. Then you have, of course, Virat. Well, you have Shami playing.
Exactly.
That's one. Ravindra Jadeja,
well.
Ajinkya Rahane there. Mohit Sharma and Umesh Yadav. So they're going ahead with the 3 medium pacers and the 2 spinners. So, I was thinking that maybe they might play the 2 medium pacers and Stuart Binney, just to strengthen the batting. But I guess Mahendra Singh Dhoni is playing the 3 medium pacers and the 2 spinners. Otherwise, the usual suspects playing in the Indian side.
But do you really think, is that the right strategy against Pakistan? What about the Pakistan team? Let's have the Pakistan team here on the video wall as well, so that we can get Nikhil to comment on the Pakistan team as well. Here's the Pakistan team for you. Shehzad,
Misbah Haq, Yunus Khan. These guys will have to, as seniors of the side, Misbah and Yunus Khan, seniors of the side, they'll be looking to set a platform for people like Umar Akmal and Masood to come through and, take that platform and take it through, hopefully. But the medium pace department right up front with Shahid Afridi, if the new ball bowlers do the job, Shahid Afridi can trouble you with his experience and with the wily fox that he is. Right. So it's an interesting side that they have. You get 300 runs board, or I'd say, Himanshu, even if you get close to 300 runs on board, you add another 20 to 30 runs because of the high pressure game that this is.
Very crucial toss, Himanshu, no question. Big toss to win, 300 and you are half done. I've got India's #1 cricket humorist Vikram Sathe with me. I asked him, India's opening with Shikhar and Rohit, so why don't you do an act for my viewers?
Well, I just have one request for Shikhar Dhawan. Make sure that you don't see the point fielder and hit him above the head. And this is Shikhar's typical style of opening. Now imagine the tattoo on my entire body. And Rohit Sharma is a little more serious in the way he actually comes across, and therefore you have to forget the fact that he'll look as serious as Rahul Dravid, but he'll bat far more aggressive than him. This is Rohit. And the inside shot. That's what we have to see of the two guys.
In the evening, when India wins,
That's
what will Dhoni say? How will Dhoni come up at the bat presentation after the victory?
I don't do a Dhoni invitation, but I can tell you that today, if he hits the last ball 6, that will be a great thing. And Dhoni's style would be typically...
I need to toss this back. Vikram, I'll get Vikram for you at the end of the game. Fingers crossed for India.
Right, thanks a lot, Borea. Quite an interesting character he is. In fact, now we've got Pratibha Raman joining us from Bangalore. Pratibha, give us a sense of the passion and intensity in Bangalore. Well, it seems like... Okay, so anyways, Nikhil, how crucial will it now be, now that India is batting first, for the openers to set a strong foundation, especially against a moving ball on the kind of conditions and the pitch that we've seen?
Well, what Vikram just did, you know, the invitations, looking to play the inside out. Once you spend a little time, I think the important thing is don't lose wickets with the new ball. If you do that, you're exposing the middle order with the new ball. Even if you get, say, 35, 40 runs in the first 10, 12 overs, I'm happy with that because we've got enough firepower to make up for that kind of start. But at the end of the day, you know, if you lose a couple of wickets, you will allow the Pakistani spinners to come into the game as well. You don't want that. You don't lose too many wickets, then the pressure is going to be on the Pakistani spinners, and we handle spin pretty good. And these are not going to be subcontinent conditions where the ball's going to be looking to turn. So I have a feeling, keep wickets in hand. Hopefully Rohit and Shikhar can go out there and, you know, set a platform for Team India. Then it's all home.
All right, well, thanks a lot, Nikhil, for joining us on this show. That's all we have on this show. May the best team win. I leave you with views from Mohinder Ramanathan on the high voltage clash coming up. News and updates continue on Headlines Today.